Thanks so much. I appreciate you. Many thanks. Many blessings.
Thank you so much. You're such a gift to us. Thank you.
Well, good evening and welcome to those of you here in person. Welcome to those of you joining us online. My name's David Siegel, and for at least the next few weeks, I am the CEO of the B. Vredenberg Foundation. But I have also had the pleasure of serving as co-chair for Arts Vision 2030, along with my fellow co-chair, Andy Vick, who will be joining us by video later. How about a round of applause for Ryan Flores for the music as we came in? I also want to thank the elected officials who have joined us this evening. From El Paso County, Commissioner Stan Vanderwerf. The Honorable Colorado Springs Mayor John Suthers. And from the district, Harrison District 2 School Board, Dr. Michael Claudio. And finally, I want to introduce the wonderful woman to my right, who has been our partner in crime on this plan, and as Angela Seals, no introduction needed.
Thank you. I'm Angela Seals. I'm the Deputy Director of the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak region and also the lead project coordinator for Arts Vision 2030. The Pikes Peak region is situated on the ancestral homeland of the Ute peoples, who are the Southern Ute, the Ute Mountain Ute, and the Northern Ute. Other tribes who lived and hunted on this land include the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, the Comanche, and the Apache. Even through forced relocation and land dispossession, we recognize that this land still holds Ute traditions, languages, stories, and history. Today, Indigenous people from many Native nations reside here and continue to make significant contributions to our community. Thank you, right? That new land acknowledgement for the Pikes Peak region was crafted by Debbie Howell for the creative community as part of the work of Arts Vision 2030. You can pick it up on bookmarks here and at your tables. It's our hope that it will be easy to implement before curtain speeches, before performances, at arts events across the Pikes Peak region as we continue to work to acknowledge our history. Arts Vision 2030 is the 10-year cultural plan for the Pikes Peak region. Cultural planning is an important work of casting forward together for the creative sector, but also for our leaders and many partners across the community. When we began this work in the fall of 2018 and convened the steering committee for the first time, we had no idea the journey that was ahead of us. But I'm here to tell you that we are stronger and that the cultural plan was forged by the obstacles it faced in the past 3 years. And that the pandemic, that was global, the racial reckoning that was national, has brought these local voices together in a unique way in this moment in time. And our creative community has something to say about our future, and we are saying it tonight. So I hope you will pick up the declarations. I hope you will spend time with the full plan, which is here on the table to your left. And I hope you will help us in beginning to live into this vision in the years ahead.
You may have heard Arts Vision 2030 is about art. Go figure. And you will see that art is woven into the entire plan. As part of that, we have commissioned our newly inaugurated Pikes Peak Poet Laureate and Steering Committee member, Ashley Cornelius, to write a vision poem. Please help me welcome Ashley Cornelius.
Thank you all so much. This poem is titled, "The Time Is Now." Now is the time to be bold, to surrender fear to the exploration of new creative endeavors. Now is the time to be courageous, to advocate for each other loudly and without hesitation. Now is the time to be collaborative. We are our strongest when we connect, share, and champion for each other. Now is the time to be innovative, to reimagine art with accessibility and equity across the region. Now is the time to lead with change. Art is a catalyst for revolution, liberation, and progression. Now is the time to create art in the image of our region, where every person can say, I am reflected in the art I see in my community. This is the future we are working towards. Art representing your neighborhood, your family, your identity, your heritage, passions, pain, and joys. Art weaving into the fabric of the region seamlessly. Art permeating systems, institutions, and structures of power. From leaders to teachers, artists, community members, your voice matters. From BIPOC, queer, disabled, women, and other marginalized groups, your voice matters. Your voice and the voices of the diverse community are integral to this vision. The uplifting and collective support of each other is the only way through. It will take all of us to implement this work. We cannot do this without you. We need you to champion art in the ways only you can. To see yourself reflected in these declarations. To make your home in the words and be held by their support. Feel the way your body is called to a specific action. Find the ways you add vibrance of art and creativity in this vision and join us. Fight alongside us to be better tomorrow than we are today. See our future for art as life-saving. We see the future of art in you. Let art become Aspen Grove, an interconnected network of roots that supply and nourish each other. Despite size or range, let us come together for the good of the people. Stand in solidarity and communities with those similar and different from yourself. Bound by creativity and possibilities as we grow the legacy of art in the Pikes Peak region. Thank you all so much. And now, members of the Arts Vision 2030 Steering Committee will share the declarations of the new cultural plan.
Hello. Arts Vision 2030 is the regional community's cultural plan. It was developed by, of, and for the community. The following declarations and opportunities present a living framework to guide collaboration, strategy, investment, vision, and more. No one organization or person alone can fulfill this plan. Instead, it will take the entire regional arts and cultural community, along with cross-sector partners and local leaders, to make it happen. Equity, inclusion, diversity, and justice is at the heart of each and every one of our declarations and the cornerstone of Art Vision 2030. In the past, we have not collectively made these values a priority. As the foundation of this new plan, we declare that
we must empower a just, inclusive, and equitable Pikes Peak region We commit to holding doors open for one another, including all voices, and advancing historically underrepresented artists, creatives, and audiences in our communities.
We open the declarations of Arts Vision 2030 by also affirming our cultural equity statement, adapted from Americans for the Arts.
To support a full creative life for all our arts and our creative community commits to championing policies and practices of cultural equity that empower a just, inclusive, equitable nation.
We will honor these commitments as we begin our work to realize Arts Vision 2030. We, the arts and creative community of the Pikes Peak region, declare that
we are the strongest when we collaborate.
Let's see here. We commit to connecting across our communities, sharing resources, and amplifying one another's creativity.
Artists, creatives, and arts entities deserve the opportunity to thrive and prosper here.
We commit to developing diversified funding and resource strategies to fortify and embolden our creative lives.
The arts are critical to our region as identity and our authenticity.
We commit to promoting our region as an arts destination for both experiencing art and making it.
We are powerful together and our voices matter.
We commit to speaking up and wielding our influence to champion creative interests in the local and regional decisions.
Leadership within our creative community is vital to our survival and growth.
We commit to developing and advancing diverse and emerging leaders.
Spaces and venues are critical for sharing our creative gifts.
We commit to building, expanding, and maintaining accessible, thriving spaces for artistic expression.
the arts foster creativity, innovation, and life skills and are essential to being human.
We commit to supporting high-quality arts education and access to arts experiences for every student across the region.
Through these boldly stated declarations, our arts and creative community affirms its commitment to the collective force of our combined voices. We believe all these declarations and opportunities are possible by working together.
Hello, my name is Andy Vick, and I'm the Executive Director of the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak region. I'm also one of the co-chairs. Hello, my name is Andy Vick, and I'm the Executive Director of the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak region. I'm also one of the co-chairs for Arts Vision 2030. I want to take just a moment to thank our steering committee members who represent a diversity of thought and perspective across our community and who have been so valuable throughout this entire process. What you just heard were the declarations of the new cultural plan, and that's only a small piece of what the plan includes. I invite you to learn more by going to culturaloffice.org/resources, where you can find out everything about Arts Vision 2030.
We know it will take many people to bring this plan to life, just as it has taken many of us to create the plan. I want to thank those whose financial support made Arts Vision 2030 possible, starting with the Cultural Office of the Pikes Peak region.
And the B. Vredenberg Foundation, El Paso County, the Tiemans Foundation, the City of Colorado Springs Lodging and Automobile Rental Tax, the National Endowment for the Arts, Colorado Educational and Cultural Facilities Authority, and the Kirkpatrick Family Fund.
Special thanks as well to our in-kind sponsors, One Body ENT and K-Land Community Cares, Manitou Arts Center, Poetry 719, Colorado Springs Fine Arts Center at Colorado College, Lulu's Downstairs, and They're Squared LLC.
Yeah. Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you the lead consultants of Arts Vision 2030. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge what they have led. They were contracted to lead a cultural planning project in 2020. And together we have been through twice as long of a process. But it's true that when you have the right people together, amazing things are possible. And I believe that we had the right consultants to lead us through what became a very unique ideation and visioning process. They helped us to lift our eyes when we were so focused on what critical problems were in front of us, and launched community engagement in April of 2020, right as we were still in the thick of the pandemic. Throughout community engagement, we had over 4,000 engagements and 664 contributions to the cultural plan. And so we thank them for their leadership, for interpreting all of those voices and helping us to say what we're saying tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce Jill Stillwell of Stillwell Cultural Consulting and Kendall Peterson of Their Squared LLC.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I am going to get off the stage as soon as possible. This is not my forte, but I wanted to thank everybody who's here tonight. I want to thank all the elected officials who came out to support the creative community. I want to thank Andy. I want to thank David. I want to thank the indomitable Angela Seals. She's been an amazing friend and leader for this whole vision. So I also want to thank everyone from the steering committee. We started this some time ago, and we want to thank you for trusting a couple of people from up north who aren't members of the community, but we have enjoyed you all inviting us to talk to you, to open your hearts and open your minds to us, and thank you all for your very, very deep honesty about the cultural community here. I just have to share one little thought, and that is when we were back before the pandemic, before we ever had an idea that this was going to be an issue for us, we had our first meeting, and it was at Lulu's downstairs, and we had one of our classic charrettes, and there was a bunch of people who put a Post-it note up that said scrappy. We are scrappy. And then there was some discussion about that, I don't know if I like that word. Well, fast forward, we're now in 2021. We've gotten through a horrible pandemic, and now I say your community is resilient, it is strong, and it is so collaborative. What you have here is incredible, and we're really sorry to be ending this project. It's been a lot of fun, and we hope our paths cross with all of you at some point in the near future.
Thank you. Yep. And I'll just add that we are just so grateful for everyone being so open with us, and we've really been wowed by this community, and we're really excited to see what you all do with this plan, because we know there are many exciting things to come, and that together you guys will make great things happen. So thanks for letting us be a part of it, welcoming us into your Zoomed living rooms, cars, offices, and everything. So thank you so much. We really appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.
We have some gifts. Step around here to the front so everyone can see. So we would like to give you some gifts that are being presented tonight by Mark Wong, who is a well-known and gifted potter from Manitou Springs. Oh my gosh. They're raku, and they are exquisite. And we hope that you'll take this piece of the artistry of the Pikes Peak region with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all you do.
Beautiful. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. This is really special.
Wowed again and again.
So much.
And I'm going to take a moment and go off script and recognize Angela Seals, without whom this project would not be possible. From day one, Angela wrote the RFP to find Kendall and Jill, to 8:30 p.m. last night, Angela was building the website where Arts Vision will live. for the
So
next
go see it.
for the next 10 years. On behalf of both Andy and I, Angela, we can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
This community is better for your work
It's my
over
honor.
the last 3 years.
Thank you. Thank you. You are my joy and honor to support. Thank you.
The Cultural Office and the B. Vradenberg Foundation are committed to this work. But as I've said, it will take more than that. It will take everyone in this community. And I'm very pleased to announce that the Pikes Peak Community Foundation has stepped up with a $50,000 commitment from the Fund for the Arts to bring life to the declarations you've heard tonight in 2022.
Keep an eye out for information about that brand new funding program that will launch this spring. If you would like to join Pikes Peak Community Foundation's Fund for the Arts and support the implementation of Arts Vision 2030, if you're feeling inspired by what you're hearing and you want to make sure that it does come to life, please reach out to us personally about how to contribute, or you can email us at info@culturaloffice.org.
We know it takes a village.
Truly. Please join me in thanking tonight our American Sign Language interpreter this evening from Access to Sign Language, Jamilia Maris. We also want to thank the Gold Room, which in itself represents the future of the arts community. In the next few weeks, they will be making some exciting announcements about what is going to be happening here in this historic building culturally in the years ahead. So make sure you are following them on social and visiting their website. You're also welcome to stay this evening. They're going to have a free jazz concert. The Standard begins at 7:30 tonight. And you're welcome as the band sound checks just to continue to enjoy your drinks and order appetizers if you'd like to make an evening of it tonight. So thank you, Gold Room, for hosting us and so many people of the creative community. We also want to thank our live and virtual audience and the Arts Vision 2030 participants, sponsors, and partners. Good night, everyone.